Hello, my headphones came, and here I am, as usual, out here in peaceful world, in the dark, punching trees. I made a I don't, a birch farm, I guess. They're 2 blocks apart. They seem to come in just fine. I mean, I should have lights in between because if cooties were on, this is creeper heaven under here. Anyway, the reason I'm doing that is there's a guy who makes tutorials for Bedrock players. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to make a lot of noise because, okay, I'm wearing the headset, but as you can tell by my community page, it's very cold in here. I've got a lot of stuff around the back of my neck, and this is a wired headset, so I can hear my collar, my scarf, rubbing against the headphones. I'm not sure if you're going to hear it, but it's got to be better than my hands on the tablet. That was awful. I am outside my complex. Right there's the barn. There's some of the mushroom stuff. There's that tree farm with that awful looking slab I put on top. Keep trees from growing too big. There's the beginnings of my aquarium. So the reason I'm out here is Raider XP posted a tutorial for a golem farm. No redstone, not expensive. Well, he said hoppers. I still think I could have used a water stream, and if somebody has an opinion of that, I'd like to know. It only calls for 6 hoppers. But, every bit of iron I've gotten the hard way. So here's what I've done so far. What you do is you put 2 villagers in it. All around the top up there, I need to put worker stations. Put 2 villagers in. This is turtle heaven over here, and I'm going to make a habitat for them. I'm thinking this is going to be their beach, and I'll have some umbrellas and lawn furniture and stuff like that. But there's turtles out here all the time. In case you don't know what that is, that's glazed. That's brown, and I really like it, obviously, because I used a lot of it. Now, I dressed it up a lot, but here's where the villagers will go. Okay? Oh, geez, I did stuff, and now it's going to be hard to get up there. Ha ha. Alright, I got to get on the hopper. Anyway, so you start out with 2 villagers, and you put 30 workstations around, you'll end up with 30 villagers. You know what? I'm not going to go up there. I'll show you later. See that wood down there? Those are the bottoms of beds. I am going to go up there once you see it. Now, the thing is, it's real tricky to do this, because, I'm trying to jump up on a hopper, and it's not going to want me to, so I have to crouch. And then I have to get my head through the hole. Whoa! I'm sliding like I'm on ice. I'm not real happy about that, and I don't know what to do about it either. Whoops. There I go. Alright, so you put 30 beds. This is, see, it's 4, and then this is, hello. I gotta get the keyboard going. This is silly. So you put 30 beds up here, and they can reach the beds through. They know the beds are there. I've seen the video. They really do know the beds are there. You see the little sparkles, the little green sparkles. So this is a platform with 30 beds. Then you build another platform on top, and that's for the golems. And that's one of those trough things where you put raised blocks around the corners and then a bucket of water on each corner. And then don't start here. The water will go down this way, skip a block, and then put solid water all the way across. And every time a golem spawns, it'll fall down the trough, fall down there, Oh, you make them a lava blade. Again, I would like to know if it will work with a campfire, because I would rather use a campfire than lava. Just on account of because. I don't know how that's going to work, because what I've heard is that villagers require, a golem farm requires that the villagers be frightened. I don't really want frightened villagers, because I'm not that far from my actual village, for one thing. Well, for one thing, I don't like frightening people. But for another thing, just on the other side of that row of trees is where my village starts, not too far. So I don't want scared villagers, particularly. It's going to go in the hopper, probably. And then you go underneath, you put a chest and whatnot underneath to collect. So, yeah, you see that big giant tree? That's about the end of the village going that way. And where that next platform is, that's my tree platform. That's definitely village territory, so I'm pretty close to the village, so I'm not sure if this will work without having a zombie or something over here to scare the villagers. And, oh, the other thing is I use slabs. I use bottom slabs to prevent spawning in here so the villagers are protected. There's going to be plenty of light and stuff too, but I use slabs, so that lowers it by half a layer. I don't think that'll affect the villagers. I think they can still reach the beds. I don't know. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I could just remove that slab and the beds would be there. You know, they couldn't get in them, but they would have access to them. Anyway, let me know what you think. Is it okay that it's on the slabs? Is it okay to use a campfire to kill the golems instead of lava? And what was the other thing? I don't know. Anyway, I'm trading grass over here. I grew it from all the way over there. That's why there's all these torches here. I started the grass yesterday, human time. I don't know how long that's been, but that's why I really don't have much else I want to do out here right now. I'd rather just do some other stuff, but I thought it made more sense to hang out here and encourage this grass to grow, because I want to put a garden up under here, because I got all this nice light this way from those stairs. Anyway, and I'm thinking I might want to do a whole underwater thing, so that, like a glass bottom terrace out here, so people can see under the water, like it's a guest resort or something, you know, instead of just a iron farm. But this is the least techy iron farm I've ever seen. Requires the least amount of expensive resources. So I'm about that, you know. So you tell me what you think of the sound levels. I can hear the game sounds. I notice that when I'm playing, I can hear the game sounds a lot louder than when I'm listening to the video. I also think my sound quality is a lot better because it's got more bass in it. So that other microphone, built-in microphone, is pretty shrill. And did I ever tell you I used to work in radio? Yeah, I did a lot of sound editing and stuff. So things like bad audio really bug me. And for a $10 set, and that includes the shipping, $10 set, with a gamer headset, I'd say it's pretty good. The playback is pretty solid. I've even got options between monaural and stereo. I, of course, am taking stereo because this game is a lot better in stereo. So that's what I'm doing here. I've got a lot of projects I'm doing. I just wanted to upload a video and let you guys know that the headset had arrived. I survived the cold last night. It was horrible. It was a nightmare. Finally the wind kicked up. The temperature kept dropping and kept dropping. There was always some wind, but then it got scary. And I have a big cat door with a rug in front of it. The cats push the rug to get in and out, like the flap, you know. But the wind was howling so bad that it was pushing that big heavy rug. So I had to stop up their house. I felt bad about it. I have a big thick piece of foam, that rubbery kind of foam, packing foam. They came with something that I keep in here in the house just in case it ever got real windy, and I'm glad I did, because this really does encourage the grass to grow. I know it looks ridiculous, but it really helps, and I'm so close to done, you know. So I pushed that up against the hole, and of course the curtain in front of the carpet in front of it. And then I have a big solar battery thing here, and I pushed it up against the hole too, so the cats had to stay in all night, and they weren't real happy about it. But also, let me know what you think about how this looks. I know, I use a lot of jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns are my thing. I know they clash kind of with what's going on here, but I tried several options to make that less visible, and I'm not happy with any of them. Yeah. So, And I don't want to put another slab up under here, to make it invisible because I don't think it's going to let enough light in. But that might end up being what I do. So I'm working on a lot of stuff in here, and I'll keep you posted. Tonight's going to be real cold too. It's going to be a real cold week. The temperatures at night are going to be severely sub-freezing. I mean, not maybe by Arctic Circle standards, but by my standards, it's going to be pretty darn cold. And the daytime, it's hardly ever going to get over freezing. So it's going to be rough for about a week. I'm going to be kind of trapped in here doing stuff. I'm cutting these trees to see if you guys are going to be able to hear me while I'm performing a task. You know what I mean? So what I try to do is, and then as I go forward, see how this works? But I should have my crouch on. That way I can control it a lot better. Once I get the keyboard set up, that won't be an issue. But see, this helps. Whoops, I didn't have it quite pointed right. This helps make it more efficient to go through. I do them one row at a time, and then I go back through, and I collect the tops. I hope. So that's what I'm up to. Obviously, this is going to take a lot of birch wood. Sandstone is another thing. I'm about done with the terracotta. A lot of grass. I'm going to landscape up under there so it looks like a natural garden. Let's see. What other materials do I need? Oh, just the basic stuff, Nothing fancy. At least it's not made out of cobblestone, right? I'm a big one for making stuff out of cobblestone. So then once you got this row with no trunks in them, then behind you the leaves are already despawning. So by the time you finish the next row, you can go pick up all the drops from these trees. See, so it's a pretty efficient way of doing this without driving yourself crazy or spending a bunch of redstone and sand and gunpowder and stuff on TNT to make one of those TNT duping tree crushers. Which I always think that maybe it's a lot more effort to gather the resources and build the contraption than it is to just chop trees. You will also know that I'm a big one for using stone tools for menial tasks like this. I'm sure there will be a point at which I will be in a massive hurry to dig up something, and I will have instant mine at that point. But right now, for these small projects, well, relatively small, I think it's perfectly acceptable that I not build automated farms. But I have gotten to the point where I do need iron. Look at all these turtles. See what I mean? This is turtle heaven. The same way on that other coast. Over on the other side of my property, if you go out that way, on the way to the mesa, this beachfront goes all the way around. And then on the way to the mesa, there's a beach out there, too, that's just loaded with turtles. It's really turtlelicious, I guess. So that's what I'm working on, and make this into a little beach. And this won't be square. This will be kind of like I guess kind of like a four-leaf clover, rounded ends coming out with glass bottoms that actually touch the water, because I did learn that if you let glass touch water, you don't need night vision. You see what's underneath. So it'll be like a little glass bottom area so everybody can... Although, I gotta say, with this texture pack, the water's a lot more accessible. I can see stuff. I've been out here building. I've been seeing all kinds of stuff under the water. I know it's a game mechanic they wanted to have to make it, make the water more murky, and so you have to do special things to go swimming. So you don't go swimming before you're ready, to balance the game. So you can't just go down there and see everything and mess around and whatnot without having potions or special enchantment on your armor or whatever. I know why they did it. I also know it's a pain in the behind for me as a vision impaired person under any circumstances. Same with the nether, all that weird fog stuff they do. I understand, but they're building it from a able-bodied person's perspective. They never considered the fact that it makes the game less accessible to people who can't see well. So that's on them. Wasn't my idea. So I've also been messing around with, see all these little spots that I've lit up out here? Those are all caves, and they go down pretty deep, right out of the grass. They go boom, straight down. So I've been messing around with some of them a little bit. Look at that. That's a brand new horse and baby. Can't save the baby because the baby will just spawn. On past that large tree over there, kind of over maybe that way, is where I originally spawned. So I barely left home. If all else failed and all my beds broke, I would still be really close to home when I respawned. I like building close to my spawn point. These vines are here so I can make, it's easier to place blocks on columns if something's tall, if you have vines climbing down, and it's hard to reach up high. So, plus the vines just look kind of good. I want to put a garden out here anyway. And that up there, that's that strip log spruce. Spruce. Hello, birch. And this, of course, is granite. These are diorite stairs. Diorite's relatively cheap, and it's clean and white and easy to see. Reflects a lot of light. So that's birch around there, and it's going to have some stuff. So I might put the workstations, every other one, on the birch part, because I've got this half gap up here. Of course, that half gap might get covered with stairs going the other way, too. So, I've got so many cats and dogs now, just about everywhere I work I can have a cat and a dog, which is fine by me. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. So, this is what I'm working on. This is where the villager's going to live. Oh, and I'm letting this oxidize. I don't want it copper colored. So, this hasn't been placed that long. I'm not going to spread it out on the ground. I'm just going to leave it where it is and let it oxidize in place. There's not that much of it. It's got plenty of airflow around it. I don't see anything wrong with this. So that's how I'm doing it. May not be the cool way to do it. Sorry, Pixel Riffs, who made an entire contraption to oxidize copper. They ended up, Zuma put it on his channel. But I'm not going to go through all that. Oh my God, did you see that thing he made? Holy smokes, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work. It was enormous, too. It was just, oh. So here's where I'm at. I'm not looking forward to this week. It's going to be cold, bro. It's going to be cold, and I can't do too much because I get real tired real fast because my body's burning so many calories to keep me warm, you know. It's like when it gets real hot, I get fatigued real quick because, you know, you've been out in the heat. And with me, it's that much worse. So I've got a few little sweet spots out here in New Mexico where the weather's perfect. It'll be in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and I can get a lot done without any fierce wind or strange stuff happening. But it doesn't happen very often. So I get as much done as often as I can. Yeah, see, the village is right over there where those mushrooms are and stuff. Those are lightning rods in the sky, and they're not rendering right now, but I've got glowberries hanging down. Just because it looks so pretty, it adds extra light, and it'll prevent lightning strikes. I've also got to remember to put what did I just call them? Lightning rods on this, too, so. Yeah, I'm looking forward to working on that aquarium. Somebody built an aquarium, and a dang dolphin spawned in it. I'm a little worried about that. I hope that doesn't happen over here. Anyway, there's a lot going on, and it's really starting to look pretty snazzy. So I'll clue you in when I'm clued in, which is, well, who knows when I'll ever be clued in, right? Right now I'm just looking for fallen birch things. See, that's the one problem with putting these trees all close together. They're still close enough together that the leaves count these other trees as trees, so the leaves don't despawn. But it's happening. See, if I had the mobs on, I should have light under there. I was so busy using light for this, and I was too busy to make more light, so I just left it like it is. Now, there might be lightning now. Could be. Do I have a lightning rod on me? Probably in here. Nope. Either that or oh, you know who probably has a lightning rod? Kissy Face. Let's see. So I'm getting her done, but Eh. I don't think Kissy Face got it. There they are. I had them the whole time. That's nothing new. Okie dokie. I'm just going to throw one of these down for now. Just because I know how trolly this game is. I know how trolly this game is. There. I don't know how that would work, because in real life, of course, electricity has to touch the ground, but oh well. Come on, baby girl. No. I'll get used to this. This is a new system. It takes me a while to remember it. There. Okay, well, I'm going to check out, because I don't really have anything important, interesting, or fun to say right now. I'm too cold. Oh, that soup, bro. The soup was $1 a can, and each can is over a pound of food. And it's true. It's only 2% water. I mean, it's got broth. It's got liquid in it, but it's not sad and pathetic soup with big fat noodles and real breast of chicken and real big globs of vegetables. Like, I know it's got carrots and probably celery and stuff. And they got good flavor. Well seasoned. So I'll heat me up a can of soup, and I've got these tortilla chips I bought that were flavored. I got them because they were really, really cheap per bag. And I had some avocados, and I thought it'd be good together. But I don't really like them because they're too salty. They got a little too much sugar, which doesn't make any sense. But that's why they were sweet, I think, because they were a sweet, spicy. And then when I opened up, I realized, ew, these are kind of like barbecued potato chips, and I hate barbecued potato chips. They're just too sweet. But you add a few to that soup. The soup absorbs it up. You don't notice the sugar. And then I add a little splash of the juice from a jar of pickled jalapeno peppers, hot peppers, just a little bit. And you're thinking, ooh, but it's got vinegar in it. Well, you know something I learned from Mexicans a long time ago? They add in a little splash of lime or lemon in soup. Really brings out the flavor, so I don't mind. It's just a little bit, you know. And then I got all these pork rinds, chicharrones. And those are pure protein, no fat, and soak them in the soup, and they're real cheap. You can get a big barrel of them for $6. So they're real cheap. You just throw a handful in the soup, heat up the soup until the tortilla chips get squishy, and you can smash them up, and the chicharrones get soft. Man, the flavor of that soup is just awesome. I'm also going to make macaroni and cheese with some of that soup. And probably cheesy rice also, because I got some of that melty cheese, you know, that's kind of gross and disgusting until you really think about it and read the directions and read the ingredients and find out that it's just cheddar cheese with extra whey in it and some stuff to make it soft. It's real cheese. And, you know, they like to use in nachos and things like that. So, make me some macaroni and cheese with some of that soup. That's going to taste so good. Splash in just a little tiny bit of Worcestershire sauce. Maybe put some croutons and breadcrumbs on top. You know, so I'm okay for food, and I bought as much of that soup as I can. I think I bought about, well, close to 10 cases. I spent almost all my food stamps. I had $128 food stamps. $12 for 12 cans. It normally goes for about $3 a can, and so does anything like it, any chunky chicken soup. It's all at least that much, $3 a can. So by spending $100, I saved $300. I've got food I can cook really quick, just warming it up in a little saucepan on top of my heater. Add a bunch of stuff to it. Have a really good, hearty, warm meal. No hunger for hours. Beautiful. And $1 a can. So I can eat as much as I want. $1 a can. You can't find food for $1 a pound. You know, even vegetables. Yeah, I have to wait until they're on special before they're only $1 a pound. So, and it's real hearty and it's really good. Oh, the other trick is I add a little garlic powder. So if you can ever find some cheap soup, and even if you can't, if you can find cheap noodles and some of that powdered chicken broth or vegetable broth or whatever. Make your own. And you can make it nice and thick, taters, whatever in it. But this is real cheap, real convenient, and I can recycle the cans to put seedlings in for spring and do other like craft projects and stuff. So that's what's going on, and that's my latest thing. I don't know if I need a zombie to scare the villagers. I hope not. I don't know if the villagers will spawn on bottom slabs. I don't know if I can kill the iron golems using campfires instead of lava. If you know the answers to any of those things, please let me know. So 30 villagers will breed in there. They will all have trades. And there will be another trough on top with the water all running toward the center. The golems will get burned in the center. They'll ride the water to the center. They'll get burned in the center, drop through hoppers, and be collected in chests underneath here. If you think that'll work, please let me know. I got this, like I said, from Raider XP. He's on YouTube, and he does Bedrock tutorials. He's got another one I want to try out. Anyway, I thought I'd try this. If it doesn't work, I'll either top up those diorite slabs on that bottom floor so the villagers can spawn, or I'll just turn this into a resort hotel for turtles. I don't know. Also, the reason I built that staircase, now it's pretty elaborate for a mob farm kind of thing, but it's because it's slabs, it's easy increments so that I can drag villagers up in boats. I've already got a bunch of boats. I put a bunch of boats out over there, and I've been collecting mobs so I can move them around. So let me know what you think. That's what I've got. I got a lot more, but I'll save it for another video. This one's getting too long already. You're alive. Wake up. I'd hug you, but my arms don't bend. Goodbye.